Hi guys, it's Andy Love here. Welcome back to my show. Right now we are going to make sweet potato fries. Sounds good, right? Okay. First we want to preheat our oven to 400 degrees. Then we're gonna have a baking sheet with parchment paper. You need your Old Bay seasoning. Old Bay is so good. I use Old Bay on pretty much everything. I just didn't have any last show. Garlic powder. Thank you, Amazon grocery. A little bit of black pepper. We're almost out of that. Some seasoning salt. This seasoning salt's bomb. I got that off Amazon as well. You need some extra virgin olive oil. Okay. And then we're going to do our Simple Truth organic sweet potatoes. These are the bomb. All right, let's get started. So we have uno, dos, tres, cuatro potatoes. Okay, can you all see that? All right, so it says to peel them, but I kind of like the outside, so I just did a little bit. I left a little bit of skin on, a little bit of skin off, but you use a little peeler, okay? These are really good sized sweet potatoes. I also have 2 extra that we are going to cut in halves and bake those for meal prep, and Mr. Weenie likes sweet potatoes as well. So we are going to get a really sharp knife, preferably Pioneer Woman. Okay, cut the ends off. Let's do the fries first and then I'll show you with the other potatoes. Okay, so we're going to halves, put it in halves. Watch your little fingers, be careful. Don't hurt yourself, we don't need that. So what I was taught is when you cut a potato, cut it in half and then put the flat ends to the bottom, to the cutting board, okay? Be careful. Okay, now we are going to slice, okay? So you want them about that big and then you're gonna cut them twice. So let's just cut these all up first. And we are going to pair these. See, that's a pretty good size fry, don't you think? Yeah. Let's throw those in a bowl. You need a bowl for this. Preferably glass. That's all we use around here. Again, cutting it into 2s. Actually, yeah, that's good. That's a good size. About that size, and then we're gonna cut her in half, right down the middle. And if it's, seems too thick, cut it again. But personally, I feel like that's gonna be a pretty good size fry. And we're pairing this with Milf burgers tonight, okay? Milf burgers. Milf burgers is one of my favorite things that I like to cook. Made it up myself. See, if it's thick like that, like kind of weird on one side, cut the other side. Just cut it down a little bit. See, now you got one little small fry. We want them to be like sticks because they're obviously fries. Okay. That one's kind of weird, but it's fine. It'll work. Okay, let's do a little thinner. Just a little smidge. I think those are perfect size for sure. Good size, good size. Because they're gonna get pretty crispy in the oven at 400 degrees. Okay. We want quite a bit. I mentioned some later. Okay, we're putting them in the bowl. got those all cut up, nicely sliced. Okay, what we're gonna do now, you got a little lid. We're gonna take some extra virgin olive oil, put your little thumb over it, just drizzle a little bit, just a little bit. 1, 2, 3. That's gonna help the seasoning stick. It's also going to help the crispiness, add the crunch in the potatoes. A little bit of garlic powder, a little bit of black pepper. This might be the last of it, so we're gonna have to just open her up. Ooh, yeah. Not very much black pepper, but that's okay, we don't need too much. I like my fries a little more salty. Some seasoning salt. Put that up in there. Don't forget our Old Bay. Old Bay is good on potatoes, it's good on veggies, it's good on meats. I love it. I just didn't have any last time, so I did a whole Amazon order. I also ordered some parsley. Can't forget the parsley. I also like to do parsley at the end, like whenever my fries are halfway done. Okay, we're gonna grab a pair of tongs, kind of toss that around a bit, just a smidge. Then we're gonna take our lid. This is easier. You take your lid, make sure it's closed, and shake it, shake it, shake, 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 toss it, toss it. This is just gonna make sure that they're evenly coated. Now we're gonna set our sweet potatoes onto parchment paper. Make sure the parchment paper is laid out nice. Kind of, you know, give them a little space to breathe, to cook. That one's kind of thick. You know how we are over here. We like them thick. We like our sweet potato fries like we like our women. Sweet and thick. Oh my gosh, I'm funny. Crack myself up. You know, who needs friends when you got a personality? And a good sense of humor. Scoot those over just a smidge. We gotta make room because we're making quite a bit. Mr. Weenie can't have any of these fries because they're seasoned. No, no, no. All right, guys. Those are gonna go into the oven for 15 minutes on one side, and then we'll do 15 minutes on the other. Remember, we have a preheated oven at 400 degrees. Watch your little pause. Put that in, and we're gonna bake for 15 minutes on each side. All right, guys, we got the sweet potatoes out. They're looking good, sweet potato fries. Last 5 minutes, I put it on high on broil, and I did drizzle a little bit more olive oil when I turned them. And then I also topped it off with some parsley. So those are just gonna sit there and chill while we make our Milf burgers. All right, guys. So my special ingredient to a Milf burger is guacamole. Guac. Everybody loves guac, and if you don't like guac, I'll pray for you. So we need a lemon. We need a red onion. 2 avocados, ripe, meaning they are soft to touch. And then we need some fresh garlic. We also need green chilies, which I have in the oven right now, heating up a little bit because I didn't defrost them last night, so it's a quick, fast way to defrost them. The oven was already going at 400 degrees with the fries. So I took the green chili out of the freezer and then I laid it in a little pan, and it's just sitting in there for now, just until we're ready for them, so that we can chop the green chilies up and put them in our guac. All right, so let's start with the cilantro first. Get a little bowl. Okay, and this is a fun way to do cilantro that I learned. And we're gonna keep the stems. We like the stems, that's the best part. So if you don't wanna chop it with a knife, you could actually take some kitchen scissors, make sure they're clean, and chop it with the scissors. I feel like you get a better cut, quicker. Look at how fast you go through there. Go through real fast. Just chop it up. Chop, chop, chop it. Watch your little fingers. Chop it up. I like doing it this way because it's fast. And I also washed my cutting board. We don't want to cross-contaminate, guys. Always wash your cutting board in between, you know, dealing with other fruits and veggies, especially because, you know, like potatoes, those are pretty dirty, and we want to make sure that we don't put that on our raw foods that we're going to be eating. Now, we are going to take our avocado, okay? You don't necessarily have to peel off the sticker. We're going to go from the top with the knife down, watch your little fingers, go all the way around, roll it. We probably should have touched the sticker, but that's okay. Twist it, okay? We got our little spoon here. These are my favorite. Love these little spoons. Just take the avocado, go around. Pinch that in, okay. Now this side has the seed. Squeeze it. See how that comes out? Okay. And then we're just gonna squeeze that in. But also get the extra off the seed. So I am Mexican, obviously. And we make a lot of guac. So this is more like my mom's recipe. My mom made some really good guac. We're only doing 2, so smash that around a bit. We want to smash up our avocados so that we have guac, obviously. And I like a lot of cilantro. I don't know about y'all, but I do. And we're only making a little bit. Like if we were to make some for like a party or, you know, like for dip, you would have maybe like 5 or 6 large avocados, but we're only doing, you know, small. Just a little bit. Just smash it up. We got one more. Same thing, push in through the top with the knife, go around. See, this one already wanted to come out. She's ready. But see, it's kind of starting to turn brown. So that was getting a little too ripe on the counter, but it's okay. And if that grosses you out, just because it kind of does me, just take it out. Take that nasty part out. And you know what, when I bought these just a day ago, 2 days, yeah, yesterday actually, they weren't brown. Like on the counter, especially if like you have your window open, like the blinds, it will brown them. Let's get these green chilies out. Turn your timer off. Okay, we're back at it. We're back again. Okay, again, smash, smash, smash. Get that cacas out of there. Dark black, brown, ripened avocado. And honestly, if you leave that in there, it'll taste kind of bitter. So don't do it. Here we go. Smash, smash, smash. All right, we're good on that. Push that to the side. We smashed it as much as we could. All right, throw your seeds away. All right, now we have our fresh garlic. Okay, so with fresh garlic, this is what you want to do. Peel it open. It's got layers. Peel it. Ew, this one's kind of rotted. Yuck. You know, I'm really disappointed in all the produce nowadays. All right, we're just gonna keep it simple. We're only gonna do one. Okay, so this is what I learned. Take the end of your knife, turn it over, push it over the top, smash down. See how it crushed it open? See how easily that skin just fell off? That's what we want, okay? And then we are going to just mince it, chop it up, chop it up, chop, chop, chop it. And garlic, make it as small as you want, make it as big as you want, whatever. It's fine, however you like your garlic. I like fresh garlic or minced garlic in my guac because it just gives it that extra flavor. But we're gonna chop it pretty good. So that is pretty much minced, okay? Take your end of your knife, this is what I learned. Scoop it all together. Use your other hand, scoop it up, put it in the bowl. Pretty cool, huh? I grew up watching a lot of cooking shows. I grew up watching Martha Stewart, Rachel Ray, Julia Childs, Hell's Kitchen. All right, so mix in that garlic into your guac, mix it up. Okay, mix it around. All right, now we're gonna take our lemon, rinse it off. Rinse off your lemon. Okay, and we're gonna push and roll. Push and roll. That's gonna get the juices going. It's gonna make it easier to squeeze. Okay, and this is another thing that I learned. So when you want to not have seeds in it, put it over your hand and just see how those seeds are falling into my hand and the juice is going through my fingers. That's what we do. That's how we do it around here. You know, these little tips will help you in the kitchen. All right, so we're actually gonna do the whole lemon because I like a lot of lemon in mine. Squeeze it, push it. Ah, push it. Squeeze it real good. Okay, we got that. We got the seeds. Okay, one more side. Again, squeeze, squeeze. And also, the fresh lemon juice is also gonna keep your avocados, your guac from browning. It'll help it stay fresher longer. All right, I see all that pulp that kind of got mixed in there too. You're saving yourself from all that. All right, we got that lemon juice in, mix that around. Okay, yum. My mouth is literally watering. Oh, I'm so hungry. I waited all day to make these. Okay, set that aside. Now we got our green chilies. These green chilies are from Musso Farms, fire roasted, big Jims. So we like the big boys around here. Okay, so cut the ends off, the tops. Okay, green chili is a huge staple in Colorado. Coloradans love their green chili. I buy some almost every year. Okay, so you're going to spread it open. We want some of the seeds because the seeds are spicy. I like spice. Okay, we're just gonna chop it up in strips. Okay, and then we're just gonna chop it to the size that we want. And you can use canned green chilies. You can use canned jalapenos. You could even use salsa, like if you don't have any of that. Oh my God, that's what I forgot. Was my freaking tomatoes. Ah, it's fine. It's fine. We're gonna make some guac without tomatoes. I would add salsa, but I don't even have any salsa. That's wild. Shoot. All right, it's fine. We're gonna do without. Because, you know, sometimes this happens in a real kitchen. All right, scoop it up, put it on your knife, put her in the bowl. Seeds and all, because I like the seeds. All right, there we go. Wipe your little paws. Okay, now we're gonna take our onion. See all that skin on there? Peel that off. Put it in your sink, but don't put it down the garbage disposal, okay? We don't put very many things down our garbage disposal. That's a no-no. Okay, we took some of the skin off. Hold on to it tight, get your fingers back, push the knife down. Okay, and here we go. I'm about to cry because these onions make me cry. Peel off all that extra skin. I always take the first layer off of the onion because I feel like it's always, I don't know. Look, it's kind of like weird. Take that off. Take it off. Okay, now hold on to your onion tight. Cut down. Cut down. I like a lot of onions, so we're gonna do 3 slices. Okay, turn it over. Cut it 1, 2, 3. Turn it over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's quite a bit of onion. But we're also going to, you know, have some onions for sauteed onions for the Milf burger. So put about a pinch in your guac. Actually, I lied. Let's put 1 more pinch because, like I said, I like a lot of onions. Damn! I'm glad I have my glasses on. Woo! Ching gao. Ay, ay, ay. Alright. We mixed in the onions. We don't have tomatoes. It's fine. We're gonna make it work without it. That's crazy. Ay! We got our tahini. We're gonna add a little bit of tahini. Just a smidge. I like a lot. We're gonna put a smidge. We're gonna put, I know we already put lemon in there, but we're just gonna put a little dash of lemon pepper. Just gives it a little extra flavor. We put garlic, but we're just gonna put a little bit of garlic powder. We put onion, we're just gonna put a little onion powder. Okay, mix it around. We're also gonna add just a smidge of seasoning salt. Seasoning salt. Okay. Let's try it. Let's see. Yep. Yep, yep, yep. That's good. Set that aside. Okay, we got our guac started. Now we're gonna start our burgers. All right, guys, for our Milf burgers, we got the ground chuck, 80/20. Got it down at the local supermarket. Okay, we're gonna get that open. Open her up. This is the part I don't like because, like I said before, I don't like touching raw meat, but it's fine. We're gonna just get it done, okay? Ugh. You know what? We're gonna take a spatula. We're gonna make this easier on me because, like I said, I don't like touching it. Turn your heat to about a 4. Smash it down, smash it down. And I'm not using regular buns. I'm actually using sourdough. So, ooh, we gotta touch it. Ugh, yuck. Okay, kind of just pat it together and just even it out. I hate that. I hate it. Make it bigger because they shrink. Okay. Wash your little paws with an antibacterial soap. We're only making one for right now, and I'll cook the rest. Get up underneath those nails. Okay. All right, so we're gonna put some Old Bay. A little bit of Old Bay. One side, Old Bay. A little bit of seasoning salt. A little bit of garlic powder. Just a smidge. A little bit of onion powder. Okay, we're gonna just let that cook on one side. I'm only showing you guys just the one that I'm cooking for now. So that's about almost done. We got some chopped cheddar cheese. Cut it myself. Okay, and this burger, like the higher, like 80-20 you're going, and that's less fat, so they're gonna like kind of fall apart a little bit. So we're just gonna use the cheese as a glue. hold her together. I'm gonna put, I like a lot of cheese, so because these are kind of thick. Cut it in half just a smidge. Just a smidge. Actually, yeah, okay, we'll just put the whole thing on there. Okay. We're gonna let that melt. Put a lid on it, let it kind of melt a little bit. Okay, so we cooked our burgers to the side. We're gonna take a little bit of plant-based butter. This is the country crock. Throw that butter in the pan. Now this is salted, so remember that. Be mindful that it's salted butter. Melt that up a little bit. Kind of get the little pieces of the cooked meat in there. Okay. Now we're gonna take some of our onions and throw them in the pan. The rest of our onions. So we're gonna saute our onions. Let me show you a little trick I learned. Toss it. Toss it. Whoppa! Oh my god, I'm funny. Take a little bit of Old Bay, just a smidge, because remember that butter is salted. Just a smidge of, oops, that was onion powder, but that's okay. A little bit of garlic powder too, just a smidge. And they're also going to be like kind of, you know, seasoned from the meat too. We're not going to go too crazy on these onions, just a little bit. Just to the point where they get a little crispy, just a smidge. And we're also going to cook our bread in the same pan. Let those cook saute, soften them however you like. Give them a few minutes. Okay, we're also going to take our sourdough. This is the best sourdough in the stores because it's actually fermented. It's actually sourdough. This is the San Francisco style. Okay, we're going to take 2 pieces of that. Okay. And then we're going to take a little bit more of our butter. This is the healthy butter. Just a smidge. Spread it, spread the butter. And we just sauteed our onions in this pan. This is what our sauteed onions look like in our burger. Put it over our burger. Don't worry, I'm not going to add all those to my burger. That's extras. Take your bread, set it down in the pan. Okay. So these are going to be more like a patty melt because, like I said, I'm not using regular buns. I can't really tolerate regular bread. So I use more sourdough. We're also going to be putting my homemade pickles. I'm also going to make a video on how to make my homemade pickles. These are fast and easy pickles that you can make. They're ready in 3 days. And these won't last very long in my fridge. Okay, so just keep your eye on the bread. Mix it around, move it around a little bit, get all that butter off the pan. Okay, our bread is done. Toasty on each side. Just how I like it. Okay, we're gonna take our burger, and I already smothered it in my sauteed onions. Mr. Weenie's running around because he thinks he's getting some of this burger. He's excited. Little does he know he's not. Okay. Now we're gonna take some of our guac, mix it around again. It's been sitting for a minute. Put it on top of the burger. Okay. I like a little bit of mustard on mine. Just a smidge. Because the pickles, and this is my little bottle of ketchup. So I like to get these from, like, when I go to the restaurants and stuff. I get these because they're easy, because sometimes I don't like to buy a big, huge thing of ketchup. So just cut the top off, squeeze on just a little bit, just a smidge. We're gonna save the rest of that for our sweet potato fries. Shake up your pickles. And again, these are my homemade pickles. They are delish. These are made out of the English cucumbers. So we're gonna take about 3 of these. These have their dill. They're delish. You know what? I lied. We're gonna do 5 pickles, so we get a pickle each bite. Okay. So that's what that's looking like. And we're gonna fold that over the top. And see how when you smush it down, all that just came out. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Okay, now let's get some sweet potato fries. And our Milf burger is done. Cut it in half and enjoy. I hope you liked watching my video. Try out the Milf burgers. Let me know what you think. Thank you for watching. Love you.